The following is a Mid-Atlantic Sports special presentation.
Ric Converse himself will make history tomorrow because he will fly. He's got a very early flight in the morning to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. For the first time in wrestling history, the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight title will be defended in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania tomorrow night at World 1. If you remember, back when the Mid-Atlantic title was at its highest peak, Philadelphia was actually a WWE territory. So the NWA, the Mid-Atlantic, whatever you want to call it back then, never really got up there. They did actually do title matches up there, but at that time it was not the Mid-Atlantic title, so he will set history tomorrow.
Yeah! Marcellus Lee!
Welcome to CWF Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. Kicking it off today, Roy Wilkins, the one they call Roy Rage, against a man that calls himself the King of the Mid-Atlantic, Marcellus King.
Marcellus King can call himself King, Prince. He can call himself whatever he wants to. He's a big enough man. If he says to call him King, I agree. That is the king of independent pro wrestling. Look at the size of this man.
Yeah, but to be the true king of Mid-Atlantic Wrestling, he has to wear the strap, the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight strap, and that belt is not held by Marcellus King. It's held by Slick Diddy, Ric Converse, and those two have certainly been on a collision course as of late.
Yeah, and as of late, Marcellus King, we've been seeing a little bit of a poser in him, a little bit something different. I mean, we saw him come to the ring wearing Slick Diddy's title and the furs one night. I mean, what's up with this?
Yeah, they've had some huge collisions in the past. However, the only way you can see the matches between Ric Converse and Marcellus King are to pick up the CWF Mid-Atlantic DVDs available exclusively at highspots.com and CWFshopzone.com.
That's right, look at this Roy Rage Wilkins on top, only able to get a 2 count. Beautiful arm drag. Marcellus King sent flying once again.
To say this is going to be the toughest test of Roy Wilkins' young career is an understatement. He's certainly shown a lot of spirit as of late in his tag team matches alongside Rock and Roll Matty D. But going it solo here today, Roy Wilkins has one humongous obstacle to climb.
Well, you know, being a rookie, a true rookie under a year in the ring, Roy Wilkins still has a lot to learn about himself, how to control, how to manage his time and his speed in a singles match. And I've seen, like lapses of attention at moments, but right now we're looking at almost a seasoned veteran.
And Roy go for the Roy Rage early in this one, and Marcellus King was out of there like a shot.
Yeah, and that means Marcellus King has scouted Roy Wilkins, and he knew what he was being set up for.
It was only a couple weeks ago that Roy Wilkins planted Joey Silvia with that maneuver in tag team competition, almost gained the win off of it, and now Roy Wilkins taking it straight to Marcellus King, drops down, clotheslining Roy across that top rope.
Yeah, Roy Wilkins a little over-exuberant that time. Marcellus King using the veteran wiles, drops the arm. Oh goodness, what a painful move. Roy Wilkins in a world of hurt on the canvas. This could be it.
Could almost hear the arm snap there as Marcellus King makes the lateral press, and now going right back to work on the left arm of Roy Wilkins.
Yeah, and I got a hats off for Roy Wilkins once again for kicking out of that on the 2 count. Being a rookie, he may have been taught at some point, you're not making the big money in your matches, so you might want to take a pin rather than damage yourself for an upcoming bout. It doesn't look like he's thinking that way either.
Of course, Roy Wilkins may be very young, but he's certainly learned how to fight in a very short amount of time. He's been smacked upside the head by Michael Yamaha and the rest of Fatback Enterprises over the past few weeks and months, and he can really only insult a man so often until he finally snaps. And I think that rivalry with Fatback Enterprises is really what has brought the rage out of Roy as of late.
Yeah, Roy used to be almost timid until this started happening, and he became a focal point in this battle with Fatback Enterprises. I mean, it's like he's focused. It's sunk in that this is serious. This is about your livelihood.
Of course, we've seen Fatback Enterprises try to physically maim Roy Wilkins, Rock and Roll Matty D, and G-Star. And like we said on the other side of the table, it's Marcellus King has been trying to wrench that Mid-Atlantic heavyweight title away from Slick Diddy Ric Converse, who's embroiled in his own controversy as of late after 3 of his best friends have turned on him: Joey Silvia, Steve Greene, and Trent Wild. And now the questions are in the air. Where does Xsiris stand in all of this?
Yeah, there's a lot of answers waiting to be found. Ric Converse has been described recently as almost paranoid concerning, his friends. Who is my friend? Which friend will turn on me next? I mean, I think it's pretty much justified in his eyes.
He's certainly seen it all over the past few weeks and months, and really, who can blame him for being paranoid? But now, Marcellus King from behind on Roy Wilkins all the way around, driving him into the canvas.
What a display of power by Marcellus King. He's proud of himself, letting the fans at the CSA know he's proud of himself. Now he's going to inflict a little more damage, a little more humiliation on the rookie. Marcellus King's in his element right now. He's having fun.
Marcellus King is just more than a super heavyweight. He is a fine technician, as you can see here, working on the hammerlock, and that is really going to be the key if he ever hopes to take away the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight title from Slick Diddy Ric Converse. You're going to have to both outfight him and out-wrestle him, and on paper, Marcellus King certainly has all the tools.
Yeah, Marcellus King's incredible. He burst upon the scene, wasn't pinned, didn't lose a match for, oh my goodness, how long?
Oh, 6 months or so at least.
Yeah, and then look at him. I mean, we're not seeing anything different. This is the same Marcellus King that first stepped into our rings beating up everybody. Nothing's changed.
Of course, referee Brandon Barker trying to tell Marcellus to get out of the corner, which he does with a vertical suplex on Roy Wilkins, flowing over with the cover, but only a 2 count.
And hats off again to Roy Wilkins for kicking out of that one. Only a 2 count. Brandon Barber up explaining that to Marcellus King. Roy Wilkins still in a world of hurt, but he's still firing back.
It takes a lot to take the wind out of this kid, and he's firing back. You see the sweat flying up the forehead of Marcellus King as Roy Wilkins decked him there, and now backed him in the corner, driving the knees into the abdomen.
Beautiful game plan on part of Roy Wilkins. I mean, if this is catch as catch can, the idea is coming around how to handle an opponent, but running in like that isn't one of the plans you need to follow.
Ran in completely blind. You'll see it happen sometimes with inexperienced competitors. Oh, but he had enough whereabouts about to catch Marcellus King with that right hand as Marcellus King came up the second turnbuckle, and now Roy Wilkins raging up.
I tell you what, he's just powering away on the chest of big Marcellus King. Beautiful sidekick, Marcellus King down on the canvas. Roy's back to the face.
Not going for a cover, but pounding away on Marcellus King as Roy Wilkins has taken enough of this.
And you can tell by the way King is climbing to the ropes, he is totally surprised. There's the veteran move. He's totally surprised by this assault by Roy Wilkins. But look who else was totally surprised. Referee Brandon Barber had a look of disbelief when Roy Wilkins climbed on top of King.
Marcellus King stopped short of ramming himself into the steel ring post, but Roy Wilkins one step ahead. Double underhook takes the much larger adversary over, and now Roy Wilkins can be set up for the rage factor one more time, and he nails it this time.
Oh my goodness, this could be bad news for Marcellus King. Referee's down, got a 1-2.
Oh, Marcellus
Referee
King
broke the count.
Saved himself, foot on the bottom rope, as Roy Wilkins came a half a count away from the biggest win in his professional career.
And that was 50-50. I don't know that he planned to do that. That may have been an involuntary muscle spasm, but look at the power of Roy Wilkins.
Well, Roy Wilkins has Marcellus King on the ropes in this one. Whoever saw this coming? And now Roy Wilkins ascending to the top rope, and I think this is the first time we've ever seen Roy Wilkins attempt this.
And Roy's up on the top perch. He comes off back moonsault. Roy missed him. Oh my goodness, King saw it coming.
Beautifully executed, but unfortunately no one in the pole, and Marcellus King perched from behind, clutches Roy from behind. Couldn't have a rear naked choke here. Tried to choke Roy Wilkins out, center of the ring, middle of the AWA logo.
That's right, referee Brandon Barber. Oh, he's going to ring the bell. Roy Wilkins taps out.
Roy Wilkins had no choice but to tap out after being locked in that vice-like grip of Marcellus King, who's obviously now trying to prove a point. I think I hear him screaming Ric Converse's name.
Marcellus King, he needs to break this. Referee almost gets up to the 5 count where he could have technically turned this match around and give it to Wilkins, but there's no doubt in the minds. Marcellus King, your winner here against Roy Rage Wilkins.
why Ric Converse is really scared. This is the reason why Ric Converse is not going to show up tonight in the Mid-Atlantic area. Each and every one of you sat here at the last show. That's right. And you know that I had Ric Converse beaten. That Mid-Atlantic title belongs to me. Ric Converse, you want to parade around here with that belt like it's yours? That's fine. Because you know that the next time you step in the ring with Marcellus, the Mid-Atlantic King, there ain't a soul in the world that's going to be able to save you, Rick.
Welcome to my hot seat. Shut your mouths. See, that coward Gemini Kid, luckily for him, is not here tonight. Yeah, he's a coward. He jumps me from behind at the last hot seat. If he were here, I would take care of him tonight. So he's lucky he's not here. I'm going to go ahead and have my guest come out here for tonight. A true American. A man who knows the value of a dollar. Cornelius J. Lumpkin III. How are you, good sir? Shut your mouth. The man is going to speak.
First of all, Mr. McAllister, it's an honor to be out here tonight. Thank you for inviting me. Shame about what happened to your eye. Don't make it short and sweet. A couple weeks ago when I was out here, Tank Lawson made the biggest mistake of his life. Now you go ahead and share your little tank. Hold on a second. Hold this for me.
You gonna jump in the ring?
Take him out and beat the shit out of him.
See, I think Tank Lawson is an idiot. I would have spit on that flag. I mean,
Lawson's an idiot.
I would have spit on my own mother for that amount of money. I mean, you gave him an opportunity, mister. I don't understand it.
I heard you was swallowing.
Zoom in on this camera, boy.
What?
Hold on a second. Now, don't reach for it, just look at it, okay? And I'm not talking about the money.
You ain't got nothing.
See that? Tank Lawson made the mistake of his life because you see, I have friends with United Arab Emirates and they're back in the Lumpkin Management Group, and it's not going to be too long before I'm going to bring some boys in here to take care of Tank. Come on, let me hear it. People are I'm American, that's stupid. You hold this for a second. You know, like,
I think I can handle the mic for you there. Here you go, right here.
now hold on, so you'll burn my hair.
This is a non-smoking facility.
Oh, it's a non-smoking facility. You see what, honey? I got so much money, I buy this bill. I'll smoke it if I want to. This is a $700 hand-wrapped Cuban cigar, and I'm gonna smoke it right here, whether you like it or not. Hot dog. Put your torch away.
I got this for you.
That's all right. We're gonna light this right away. See, you don't light a Cuban cigar with a mere lighter.
That's some blood. That makes it hurt.
Before you get your wild ideas there, buddy, you're still under contract with me. You can't touch me, you can't work, you can't wrestle. So just stand there with your arms folded and watch me smoke a cigar.
Back up! I'll help you.
You don't need to back up.
Get in, Tank!
How's that $700 cigar?
Very nice. Non-smoking building. Look, you think Cross is going to do anything about it? All I got to do is make a few calls. I'll own this building.
Call him up.
I got some friends. I'll own Burlington if I want. You should have just spit on the flag, Tank. I mean, really.
Which flag? Russia?
Wow, that's nice.
I mean, he's got the money. I mean, you could have just...
Hey, what you're missing out on?
Stupid.
Hey, McGillis, not like you get combination. You got the name. You got the money. Because you're both stuff.
There you go, Tank.
Yeah, that's great, Lucky. Run on out the back with your fake little cigar. And your little $3 that you got from the girl on the corner. You make me sick with your little 30-day contract little deal. Yeah, and I'm gonna abide by that because that's just the type of guy I am. You're right. I'm gonna sit out.
Get it, Tank.
I don't have to work to prove a point. I don't have to wrestle anybody here to prove a point. Because I'm true USA. Let's get it going. USA! 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 Yeah. USA! You hear that, Lucky? Your days are numbered. USA! And when I pass cross again, Jack, you better have your little Arabic imlam, subus, or ha-has, or whatever you call them, because what I did to that cigar is nothing compared to what I'm going to do to you.
Everybody stand up and
Well, if you want some greatness in your tag team wrestling, get ready for this one. Two of the best young tag teams in the Mid-Atlantic today. One very beloved, one very, very hated. The trainers of Joey Silvia and Steve Greene against a tag team that could one day have tag team gold around their waist. Jesse Ortega and Brass Munkey.
Brass Munkey, a former AWA Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champion. He knows what it takes to get there. And strangely enough, his partner when he was tag team champion is in the opposite corner tonight.
Certainly a fascinating matchup from so many angles, but right now Jesse Ortega and Joey Silvia putting on a wrestling clinic in the early going.
Yeah, Joey Silvia, you know, we always mention how young he is, but folks, he is not a rookie. He is a seasoned veteran. This man's got several campaigns under his belt. He knows what it's all about, but Jesse Ortega seems to be matching him move for move.
I would say Joey Silvia is probably entering his sixth or seventh year in professional wrestling. Of course, Jesse Ortega just now in his third year, a tutor, of course, of the Gemini Kid who runs the CWF Mid-Atlantic dojo where all of our great Mid-Atlantic wrestlers train on a regular basis.
Yeah, that's pretty much a regular meeting place of the minds almost twice a week at least, sometimes more often. You know, CWF Mid-Atlantic does also offer training. It's very limited to get in. You know, go to the website, CWFMidatlantic.com, get all the details there.
Right now, Jesse Ortega moving fast and furious over the body of Joey Silvia, and just the speed alone. I'd love to see these four in a track meet because these four are so fast. I mean, a tag team collision like this should be rocking the CSA if the early goings are any indication, and drop kick right to the jaw of Jesse Ortega.
Yeah, Joey Silvia hit him. He's proud of himself. I mean, look how cocky Joey Silvia acts these days.
Yeah, Joey Silvia has had a lot to be cocky about these past few months, in his own mind anyway, after they orchestrated this elaborate plan to turn and stab the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion, Slick Diddy Ric Converse, in the back as Ortega reverses it. Silvia goes up and over, going for the German. Ortega blocks it, goes for one of his own, and my God, did you see Joey Silvia's head crumble into the canvas?
Joey Silvia's neck could be seriously damaged. I am surprised he's already moved his head. Ortega doesn't care. He's grabbing hold of him and pulling him back up to his feet.
Of course, Jesse Ortega and Brass Monkey have already proven that they can defeat the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions of Matt Trucker, Garry Stevens, and a very handsome man, Mitch Connor, but because of the interference of Caprice Ice Coleman in that Tag Team Championship bout a couple weeks ago, Ortega and Munkey did not leave with the scraps.
Yeah, speaking of ice, did you see the look in the eyes of Brass Monkey when he got eye contact with his former partner, quote, the America Steve Greene Ninja on the other corner there?
That is certainly the matchup, the one matchup in this contest I cannot wait to see. It's never ever happened before. They've never been on opposite sides of the ring. I don't even know if they've been in the ring together since they were tag team champions. But right now, Brass Monkey taking a bite out of crime and a bite out of the hand of Joey Silvia.
Yeah, Joey Silvia on his back. He needs to get into his corner. Brass Monkey, Jesse Ortega playing it smart, keeping the ring cut off and trying to do most of the battle in their corner.
Ortega looking to fly over the top rope. We've seen him do this many times before, dropping the elbow into the stomach of Joey Silvia, but only able to get a 2.
And everybody's favorite referee, Red Jones, up down for the 2 count. He's got his eyes open so far. Good job of officiating this week by Red Jones.
Yeah, either you love him or you hate him, but there's not much middle ground when it comes to official Red Jones.
That's right. Now look at this. Shots to the midsection by Ortega trying to extricate himself. He's out. Silvia jumps under the...
Big flying leg lariat there by Silvia. Takes Ortega down. And once again, Silvia, cocky as can be, as Munkey applauds his partner on.
That's right, and Jesse Ortega needs to get over and make another one of the quick tags, but Silvia, instead of going to his corner, he's inflicting a little punishment of his own.
Underarm reversal by Ortega all the way around, driving the back of Joey Silvia across his own knee.
And I tell you what, we've had both men that's in the ring right now have had serious damage done to the neck. Joey Silvia has taken 2 shots to the neck already, and here we have it. Steve
here we go.
And Brass Monkey.
For the first time ever, the tags have been made. The man that was once called the American Steel Ninja and once teamed with that man right there, Brass Monkey, as Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions. They're in the ring across from one another for the first time ever.
And I'm going to tell you what, I know Steve Greene. I've known him for years. I do his website. He has not communicated with me since he made his entrance back as the American Steel Ninja that night that he showed his true colors against Slick Diddy Ric Converse.
The team of the new dynasty has turned not only against Ric Converse, but turn against the rest of the CWF roster. But Brass Monkey, it looks like he's trying to reason with Steve Greene, telling him we don't have to do this.
I tell you what, Steve Greene, look at him. Love him or hate him. Look at the physique of this young man. You can tell he does not mind sitting in a gym for a few hours, 8 or 10 a day from the looks of it.
Yeah, he may not run from the treadmill, but right now he is in no hurry at all to lock up with the man that is dangerous from any angle, Brass Monkey.
And I've got to wonder, is Steve Greene, I mean, did it really sort of turn his head around to hear these fans in the CSA boo him? He's so used to being cheered.
Yeah, if they're not booing him, they're chanting Ninja because it drives him absolutely bonkers to have his name chanted under his old persona.
Well, that and I've seen him get pretty ill in the last few weeks to this Scuba Steve chant.
Yeah, right now, what is his problem? Is he scared to lock up with his former tag team championship partner?
Well, I don't know, but I mean, there's he's got a definite advantage. You see Trent Wild, the Gate City Center, as he's referring to himself now, down on the apron, the third member of the so-called New Dynasty.
Yeah, this tag team contest come to a complete halt when these former partners tagged in for the first time, and now finally, for the first time, going to lock up. Brass Monkey was there for the lockup, but where was Steve? Oh, blind shot from behind. Yeah, that's the only way you want to lock horns with Brass Monkey.
Yeah, he locks horns with him, drags him into his corner, tags in his partner, holds up Monkey, and casually saunters out of the ring.
Yeah, Steve Greene's in there saying, I carried you, I carried you. Who carried who if you're afraid to even lock up with the man?
And I tell you, I don't think anything of it. I don't know why. I never knew there was any animosity between the two of them. I thought maybe when the two of them faced in the ring tonight, we might see the real Steve Greene come back out, but we're not seeing it right now.
I'm sure the old American Steel Ninja and Brass Monkey could have a tremendous scientific one-on-one battle, but obviously, simply Steve Greene doesn't feel he's capable enough to hang with Brass Monkey.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he feels like it's not worth his time. I mean, he seems to think awfully highly of himself, not to even return calls about bookings.
Boy, Brass Monkey may not got a shot in on Steve Greene, but he's taking it out on Joey Silvia, but Joey Silvia, a big cutoff there with the elbow under the chin.
And once again, your legal man, simply Steve Greene. Joey Silvia holding up Brass Monkey, and finally, he's on him one-on-one.
Falcon Arrow suplex, yeah, you don't mind facing the man after he's already had the wind knocked out of him.
Jesse Ortega, he's going to defy all odds, come in, try to make the save, gets a good kick in, but what it's doing is it's leaving Brass Monkey alone with the referee with his back turned.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the one drawback of Jesse Ortega as a tag team partner. He has a hot temper, second to none in CWF Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah, it's pretty well documented, but right now, Brass Monkey needs to get over to his corner and tag El Fuego into this match. Oh, yeah.
Joey Silvia mocking Brass Monkey's old monkey dance. Monkey astutely moving out of the way of the knee drop.
And from what I've seen the last few weeks, we may have to bring a rule into effect in CWF Mid-Atlantic, no dancing in the ring.
Monkey firing off on Joey Silvia, now ramming them into the corner as the tide in this one has just gone back and forth. There is no constant momentum one way or the other, but right now Brass Monkey, big slap to Joey Silvia and putting him on the top rope.
And he's still slugging away. Now that wasn't a slap those last 3 or 4, that was closed fist. Referee Red Jones counting him off. Monkey down, and Silvia hangs on to the ring.
Silvia, hang on, avoided the Hurricane Rana, but a big Enziguri from behind plants Joey Silvia. Both Silvia and Brass Monkey down, both need to make tag to the partners.
That's right, Brass Monkey finally over to his corner, makes the tag. Steve Greene comes in to make the save. A little too late, Ortega's going off, firing across the back.
Yeah, Steve Greene didn't want to have me. What? Oh, Brass Monkey clearly made that tag to Jesse Ortega. I don't know if referee Ray Jones was looking at Joey and Steve at all, but there was a tag there all day long.
The tag was obvious. I mean, we could show it in slow motion all day long, but it's not going to change the fact that this match continues as it is. Brass Monkey at the mercy of the New Dynasty. He is in the wrong corner, and he has taken a beating the past several minutes.
You know, the one thing about the New Dynasty, you never know which combination of the three you're going to get, because you're just as likely to see Trent Wild in action as Joey Silvia, showing a little bit of the old school Joey Spank, but no at home. Actually, there was a lot of home. It was the knees driven in the abdomen.
That's right, Brass Monkey had scouted this man. He's been in the ring with him before. He got the knees up, both men down. Referee doing the 10 count. Looks like Silvia's going to make it over your legal man once again, Steve Greene. But in comes Jesse Ortega.
Yeah, did you see the tag this time, Red Jones? I guess he did, because Jesse Ortega is wailing away on Steve Greene.
And I tell you what, he's got him down. Referee's down 2 count only. Trent Wild there cheering on at ringside, arguing with the referee.
Jesse Ortega, former Mid-Atlantic television champion, had an incredible 24 title defense run, but no one home for him this time as he went for the springboard leg drop.
Ortega writhing in pain. He's holding the back. Silvia tagged in legal man. Full body weight across the midsection of Ortega.
Boy, this kid's head ain't at the right place, but his athletic ability is second to none.
That's right. I tell you, you still got to take a hat off for what the kid's able to do. There I go saying kid again, about a 7-8 year veteran now. And look what's going on. He is taking control of this match. Ortega taking the brunt of the cheap shots, even a chokehold. And here we go through the ropes out to the concrete.
Crashing to the outside. You know, it used to be easy to cheer for the likes of Joey Silvia and American Steel Ninja because of their incredible athletic ability. You couldn't help but like them. They were such good people. But when those three and that little rat, Trenton Wild, on the outside stabbed Ric Converse in the back, that, like you said before, they showed their true colors. And not only physically, but mentally, they have pretty much crumbled the world of our Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion over the past few months.
Wait a minute. You just said Ninja, Steve Greene, and Joey Silvia were very beloved fan favorites. Was Trent Wild ever a fan favorite?
That's exactly why I did not touch on that one. Trent Wild was a fan favorite in his own mind as, man, did you see Joey Silvia's foot come in contact with the head of Jesse Ortega? Brass Munkey right there to make the save.
The educated feet making the save. Steve Greene a little irritated, but Steve Greene's got the man right where he wants him. Now he's going to get it situated where he can see if Munkey tries to come in and make the save again. Looks like an old school sleeper lock.
You know, I want to say there's still some good in the heart of Joey Silvia and Steve Greene. They've obviously proven that is not the case at all. I want to say Trent Wild is the manipulator that has polluted these guys' minds.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the only thing, the only common factor between what happened with Joey Silvia, who everybody used to call Spank, and they just loved it. When he'd make an entrance, he was one of the most beloved people ever in a CWF ring. And Ninja, another one. But how in the world did they get hooked up with the Gate City Center?
They've obviously been spending a lot of time over the past not only few months, but even before this, because the setup they did on Ric Converse was so elaborate. Joey Silvia faked a career-ending injury. His incredible flexibility allowed him to pull off this stunt that looked like his knee had become dislocated.
Well,
it was sick. I mean, to fake something like that, how sick are you?
I've got to ask this question because now I'm not really for sure. This injury that the American Steel Ninja was put on the shelf for 4 or 5 months, was that part of the plan?
That is an excellent point. You know, he blamed Ric Converse as Ortega rolling from behind, but almost had him down with the victory roll there. Surprise, but Silvia, man, he ran straight through Ortega with the clothesline.
What a shot by Silvia.
But like you were saying, you know, Ninja, Steve Greene, said that he was out with a concussion because of what Ric Converse did, eliminating him in the Rumble last year. Hey, that elimination was by accident, and you're exactly right. Did Steve Greene just blame it on Ric Converse? Did he just use Ric Converse as an excuse and just sit home these past few months plotting his return?
I don't know. I don't think he sat at home. I think he sat in the gym myself.
That's a good point there, too, is back once again, Ninja, feel free to chant Ninja all you want, is back in the ring trying to do the surfboard on Jesse Ortega.
Yeah, Ninja's cranking back now. Ortega needs to get over and tag Brass Munkey in. Ortega and Brass Munkey have taken the brunt of the beating last several moments in this match. Dynasty's been able to keep it in their corner. And look at this, just set it up for Trent Wild to make another CSA appearance.
Yeah, and boy, Steve Greene is just working Red Jones, and boy, Red Jones is using everything he's got, which ain't a whole lot, to try and restrain Brass Munkey.
Yeah, the Red Jones fans out here are probably going to chant something about you at one of the next shows. You better be careful.
Red Jones finally making the count, and I will tell you one thing, despite all their problems, Steve Greene and Joey Silvia are actually looking like a tremendous, well-oiled tag team unit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All this time that Greene was out with this concussion, were him and Silvia working out as a team? Behind the scenes.
They sure don't look like a tag team that just started joining forces a month ago.
No, they certainly do not. I mean, this is well timed. Everything they're doing, they're keeping it all. I mean, I'm going to go back and say it again. They're doing Anderson-style wrestling.
Fujiwara! Ortega with the Fujiwara out of nowhere! Oh man, he could have made Joey Silvia tap if he just had maybe 10, 15 more seconds with the Fujiwara. Steve Greene had to make the save there.
I'll tell you what, had he clamped that on Silvia in his own corner, this match would be over. But right now, Ortega struggling, trying to get to his corner for a tag. Silvia, enough presence of mind to grab hold of the ankle.
Yes, Silvia was hanging onto the foot like his life depended on it, and that may be the case if Brass Munkey gets the tag.
That's right. It looks like he's going to be able to drag Ortega back over in the middle of the ring, start a little more damage, situate himself where he can make sure Munkey doesn't sneak in on him. But no, wait, this is Joey Silvia. He's going to go to the top.
The Joey Silvia going where he used to be so at home. Ortega catches him, powerbombs him to the canvas, and just collapses as Ortega has virtually nothing left and has got to make the tag here.
That's right, Ortega. If he could have only held up 3 seconds, this match once again would have been over. But the toll has been taken on his body.
Silvia now with another tag to his partner, but finally, Brass Munkey in, and a shot, his first clean shot of Steve Greene. Oh, here we come. Oh, spinal tap.
Spinal tap to the middle of the skull. He's going to flip over Silvia. One for him.
A second one is just as fun.
Brass Munkey, he's got control of the match. He's cleaning house. Here goes Dynasty flying out to the floor everywhere. Brass Munkey standing tall, and look at this, with his back turned to him. Simply, oh, he holds on to the ropes, well scouted.
Brass Munkey going for the backcracker, and Trent Wild just handed Steve Greene a chain, and he just popped Brass Munkey right in the head, maybe right in the eye with that thing. Joey Silvia open field tackle on Ortega, trying to hold him down. Referee Red Jones makes the count, and Steve Greene fakes to Trent Wild, just won what might as well have been a handicap match.
Well, it pretty much was. It was 3-on-2 throughout the whole match. Trent Wild doing anything he could to help out Greene and Silvia. I mean, this is ridiculous. I just wish there was something we could do about it.
Heck of a fighting effort by Jesse Ortega, and Brass Munkey, the Dynasty 2, wins this one today. Controversial, but cannot wait to see these duos collide one more time, and I think Ortega can't wait for it either. Every wrestler that enters the CSA knows CWF Mid-Atlantic and the AWA are one huge powerful force in professional wrestling. There are two titles. There is the AWA World Heavyweight title and the AWA World Light Heavyweight title. And this match pits two of the top contenders for that World Light Heavyweight title, currently held by Crazy K Kirby Mack.
Yeah, don't blink your eyes, fans. You are watching two of the premier high flyers in the Mid-Atlantic area. There on his knees, Caprice Ice Coleman. And the man that entered the ring originally, we saw him as a masked man. This is Xsiris.
Wow, pulling out the Masked Man reference, how many people actually remember Xsiris' very first matches back in 2002, 2003 when he wrestled under a mask and of course lost the mask versus mask match to the Kamakazi Kid.
Yeah, Kamakazi Kid, another name that keeps popping up, but we're not seeing him in the ring. Hope to see him back in the CSA soon.
Kamakazi Kid has pretty much endured what so many of these great athletes do endure. The physical strain just becomes too much, and as your age gets older, your body just physically breaks down. Unfortunately, we've seen that with the Kamakazi Kid, and I'm afraid one day we'll see the likes of Xsiris and Caprice Ice Coleman in a wheelchair rather than on their feet.
Yeah, knowing the both of them, you may very well be right. But look at this, Caprice Ice Coleman. He's able to reverse this, and they're going back and forth out of the way for Xsiris.
You may have
not happy.
He may not be happy, but these fans are happy because they are seeing some tremendous catch-as-catch-can wrestling.
And that's what it's all about here in the Mid-Atlantic, the hotbed of professional wrestling in America and in the world. I mean, it always has been. Why deny it?
Boy, just goes to the leapfrog there like it was nothing. Reversal by Caprice. Step over by Xsiris. Caprice now with the leapfrog. Xsiris hangs on the ropes and no one home for the drop kick by Caprice Ice Coleman. Big leg lariat by Xsiris.
Xsiris is able to nail Coleman a couple times here. Caprice Ice Coleman is not used to being beat on in the ring. He's usually in control of a match 2 seconds after the bell rings.
I've said it before, Xsiris, even though he may be considered light heavyweight, some of the prettiest right hands you'll ever see. And now Xsiris coming into the corner, but Caprice catches him and drops him, straddling Xsiris across that top rope.
And Caprice to the second rope back kick. Xsiris down to the concrete floor here at the Carolina Sports Arena.
Nasty fall by a former Mid-Atlantic television champion, former Rising Generation League champion, and the only man in CWF Mid-Atlantic history to hold 2 titles simultaneously.
Yeah, and we've alluded to it before on previous programs, but you're also looking at a former Omega star here in Caprice Ice Coleman. I mean, they're coming from everywhere.
They are coming from everywhere, Randolph. We've seen people come down from all parts of the AWA. Of course, thanks to the association with the AWA, you never know who may be coming into the CWF and the Carolina Sports Arena here in Burlington next. And we got to make mention, we talked about the World Light Heavyweight title, June 10th. He is back. Crazy K, Kirby Mack will once again defend the AWA World Light Heavyweight title on June 10th, 2006 at the CSA, the place where he pinned Shannon Moore to win the title last year. He's going to be back defending it.
You know, I know he looks a lot different, but ain't that the Shannon Moore that used to dance with those other 2 guys?
Caprice Ice Coleman going to fling Xsiris in and fakes out a handful of our ringsiders here at the CSA.
Yeah, he looks awful happy with himself, but I mean, the only person laughing is Caprice Ice Coleman here.
Yeah, he's having a good chuckle out of it right now that he's put one over. Oh, but Xsiris, who's laughing now as Caprice Coleman goes spiraling into a ringside chair and fans on their feet at the CSA.
And I gotta tell you, as hard as it is to get those ringside seats, you notice the fans aren't giving them up very easily.
Xsiris now hammering away on Caprice. I don't know who Caprice was thinking he was in the ring with. This ain't no rookie. This is Xsiris.
Xsiris is taking it to Caprice Ice Coleman and make their way back over the entranceway. Oh, he's going to sling him back into the ring, which, you know, doesn't that give Caprice, you know, an advantage for the fact Xsiris has got to join him now?
Yeah, but the way Xsiris comes in the ring sometimes, you never know. He'll fly in over the top as soon as he will enter. Caprice calling for him. Oh my!
Legs caught.
Xsiris, referee Brendan, step in because Xsiris' leg is contorted there, twisted in the ropes.
And Brandon Barber's just going to warn off Caprice Ice Coleman now. He's got to get Xsiris out of the ropes now.
Yeah, Xsiris could have his knee torn, his knee ligaments torn right now, and Caprice Ice Coleman's not letting up on it.
And I tell you what, Xsiris, that leg's got to be about numb right now. He's hanging there like a dead fish on a scale. He just flops down to the concrete floor. I gotta wonder if this match is going to be able to continue. Look, I mean, look at him. He's grabbing the knee already.
Yeah, Brandon actually, rather than make a count, he should actually go to the outside right now and check to see if Xsiris is even able to continue. Xsiris, being the fighter that he is, we've seen him, oh boy, in the past few months, have we ever seen him not quit when he should have quit? And Caprice Ice Coleman now, oh, right across the ring apron.
Man, that ring apron, especially around those corners, that is steel, 1.5 by 1.5. Angle iron, 3/16 inch thickness.
Oh!
All the way around and leading up to those ring posts.
Sideways smashing the leg. Bone meets steel with very little padding in between. You can see the pain etched across the face of Xsiris. Is that his leg getting caught in the rope may have pretty much ended this contest. Brandon really needs to check in and see if he should go ahead and stop this match before further injury occurs on Xsiris.
It looks like Xsiris can't even put his own weight on the leg, and he gets clipped. I mean, that's a 15-yard penalty. Do something, Barber.
Yeah, he should be thrown out right now because that's not about winning a match. That's about deliberately trying to end a man's career. You can't be doing that.
I mean, Caprice Ice Coleman, if someone had done that to him, you would have heard him all the way to the editors of PWI screaming about it.
Caprice Ice Coleman firing away on Xsiris, who pretty much is just a lifeless corpse right now. The only reason he's even on his feet is because he's hung up in the top rope.
But still, look at him. I mean, he's fighting back. He knows where he's at. Regardless how injured the leg is, he's finally putting a little bit of weight on it. But
he kicked the knee. Is the win that important to you, Caprice? Do you really try to need to end the man's career to win a match? Does it mean that much?
And I mean, regardless how the match comes out now, Caprice Ice Coleman's got to think, what happens if I don't finish this man off? You know, 2 months, 6 months, a year, whatever it takes for him to get back in the ring. What happens if he comes after?
Oh, God. Xsiris was trying to hold on to Caprice's left foot, trying to prevent him from elevating himself there. But it didn't work, and Caprice just dropped all his body weight across that knee one more time and going back to mock our ringsiders.
Well, you know, Caprice doesn't have much anything else to do. He thinks this is pretty much over. Xsiris, I mean, as brave as a young man is, he may not have much say in the outcome of the rest of this match.
I don't doubt for a second that there is at least something torn in the knee of Xsiris. The way it was caught, and to add insult to injury, then smashing it into the steel ring post, and now Caprice thinking he's Muhammad Ali in the corner.
Referee Brandon Barber has to keep in mind that at this point, Xsiris does not appear capable of defending himself.
Caprice Ice Coleman, beautiful, smart wrestling, if you want to call it that. At least it was mildly legal, as opposed to some of his other actions.
Well, he's in control of the match for sure. Xsiris kicks away when Ice Coleman tries to grab the ankle, so, you know, little shot to the middle of the back down on the canvas, rolls him over. Caprice Ice Coleman's a high flyer. I'm not seeing high flying here.
Caprice Ice Coleman can win this battle on his scientific acumen. And are you kidding me? A stump puller?
What's this, 1950s we're doing now?
Caprice Ice Coleman, you know what? Xsiris, I hope he taps out just for his own welfare right now.
I tell you, he's still fighting back, but I got a question. The referee, can the man defend himself?
Brandon should really, I know he's very young, he has only refereed probably 20 matches or so in his career, but he really should be checking on Xsiris and just taking the situation into his own hands right now, calling for the bell, award it to Caprice, but just don't let anything else happen to Xsiris.
Look, Xsiris trying to kick some feeling back into that leg and knee. I mean, I'm surprised to see the knee moving at all at this point, but I mean, he's trying. I mean, what can you say at the heart of this guy?
Caprice Ice Coleman taking his time, stomping dead center in the chest of Xsiris, and that vertical ability that we've talked about so many times, probably the highest vertical leap in all of Mid-Atlantic, and now going for a very lazy cover, and Xsiris, that kid just refuses to quit. We saw him a few weeks back, 2 weeks removed from taking a power driver on a steel chair. He was in the neck brace, took the neck brace off, said he was going to wrestle, and nearly was carted out that night just about.
Well, I mean, we've seen it over and over and over again with this young man. And right now, the damage being done. I mean, the referee should just go ahead and stop this match now.
How innovative of Caprice Ice Coleman and Xsiris. I think if Caprice takes the leg off, beats Xsiris with it, Xsiris still ain't going to quit.
No, you're going to have to knock Xsiris out to get him to quit. But I tell you what,
look at that!
Back up and over!
It's a Garry with the good leg, and Caprice Coleman is down!
And I've got to ask where that came from. Xsiris trying to get back to his feet. And look at this, he's the first one up.
He's hobbling around, but he's firing away.
And I tell you what, you was talking about the right hand earlier. We're seeing it right now. This is pure adrenaline. I mean, he has got to be in so much pain. I don't know how he can even feel that leg at this point.
Xsiris doing everything he can not to put any weight at all on the bad leg, going for the sunset flip, but does he have the power to get it? Yes, he does. Here's the count, but only a 2 count. Caprice Ice Coleman trying to do a forward roll. Xsiris spins from behind, another sunset flip, a pin attempt. Caprice Ice Coleman scoots forward, has him down once again. Brandon Barker trying to count as fast as possible.
Oh my goodness, the power of Xsiris. He's able to bridge out of that one. He reverses it, going to try for a backslide.
Xsiris trying to use as many pin predicaments as possible, but trying to use a little leg streak as possible. Caprice Ice Coleman, small package. Xsiris reverses it. Oh, almost almost had him.
You know, it's a good thing you don't work for those folks up north, or they'd be firing you for calling wrestling moves. Holy cow, double back kick, both men connected.
Both men got smacked in the back of the head. Both men down. What a tremendous effort. Smart wrestling by Caprice Ice Coleman, but what a gutsy, heartfelt effort by Xsiris, and this one has yet to reach its conclusion.
And referee Brandon Barber, he's making the 10 count right now. I mean, this has been an amazing display by both men. Xsiris' part especially, I can't say it's unexpected because we've seen it so many times. Once again, straight back to the face of Caprice Ice Coleman. Both men wobbly.
Both men dead weight, standing somehow on their feet.
Oh, half-hearted swing. Xsiris going for another backslide.
Yeah, an inverted Russian leg sweep there. Plants Caprice Ice Coleman, but Xsiris just doesn't have enough left in the tank to make the cover. It's taking everything else just to roll Caprice over. Doesn't have the leg hook and still almost pinned him.
I tell you what, Caprice Ice Coleman's really got to be wondering what he got himself in for. He's been in total control of this match for the first 90% of it. Right now, he's looking for a way to catch his breath to get away from Xsiris.
Boy, tell me, a ticket to the CSA ain't the best money a few dollars can buy as Caprice Ice Coleman plows Xsiris right into the corner.
That's right, Xsiris still fighting back. Caprice takes him back to the corner again. He catches his breath.
Oh, Northern Lights! Northern Lights! He had the Northern Lights hook. Going for a second one.
Going for another one.
How many times can it pay off? Dragon suplex has him down. The count. My God, Xsiris! Two Northern Lights, a dragon suplex, a knee that's been ripped to shreds, and Xsiris is still alive.
And I tell you what, nobody is more amazed at this moment than Caprice Ice Coleman. Look at the look on his face. He does not believe this match isn't over.
The AWA World Light Heavyweight Champion, Crazy K Kirby Mac, his jaw has to be on the floor, looking at what his future may hold for him.
And I tell you what, Caprice Ice Coleman plants Xsiris straight in the middle of the AWA logo, and it looks like he's going to do one of these high-flying maneuvers.
Does Caprice now have enough left in the tank? Can he hit the big finishing maneuver? Xsiris just ran himself, body went on to the top rope, and Caprice loses his balance. Xsiris now in the opposing corner, and is this kid crazy enough? Yes, he is! All the way to the top! Oh, all the way down! Crashes right on the knee!
Looks like the leg give out on him. He's still trying to get back to his feet. He's holding that knee. Caprice taking his time. I mean, look at him.
Thermal shock nails it! Caprice Ice Coleman hits the thermal shock, trying to roll Xsiris over. His feet, Brandon, his feet are on the ropes. Caprice Ice Coleman pins Xsiris here today at the Carolina Sports Arena.
What a travesty of justice. We've been fussing for the last 15 minutes that the referee needs to stop this match. When he finally does, it's under these pretenses. This is ridiculous.
Caprice Ice, there's Jesse Ortega. Caprice Ice Coleman, he may have been able to win this match fair and square, but he didn't. He has feet on the ropes. My God, what an incredible effort by Xsiris and Jesse Ortega. He appreciates the efforts that his sometimes up again tag team partner has made.
Did he have his foot on the rope? Case closed, you punk.
We know it. These fans know it. Caprice knows it. He cheated to get the win over Xsiris. And Brandon is, I don't know if this is good for Xsiris or not, but Brandon is restarting this match.
Well, it's darn good for me. And look, Xsiris up from behind. He rolls him over. Referee down.
With the bridge and the count, Xsiris gets the restart and pins Caprice Ice Coleman.
That bell couldn't have rang 4 to 5 seconds before the pinfall was made. Xsiris holding up the 3 fingers to Caprice. Brandon Barber raises his hand. What an effort by Xsiris.
Jesse Ortega and Caprice Ice Coleman exchanging some ice-like stares at one another. Those two have certainly had some heated confrontations of late. We saw Caprice Ice Coleman cost Jesse Ortega and Brass Munkey the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team titles. And here today at the Carolina Sports Arena, Jesse Ortega did the right thing and cost Caprice Coleman a very tainted victory. Xsiris able to capitalize on it.
I'll tell you what, Caprice Ice Coleman.
Oh, we got a stare down.
Fire right now.
Oh, we got a stare down between El Fuego and Ice.
And Ice.
Fire and Ice.
Oh, here we go.
And
Little
once again,
extra action.
once again, Caprice Coleman, Jesse Ortega at one another's throats, and Xsiris. Somehow this kid's even trying to get involved in the middle of it.
That's right. He's going to pull Ortega off of him. He's going to... Oh, wait a minute. Brass Monkey.
Oh, there's Brass Monkey. And boy, I tell you, Caprice better watch himself because Brass Monkey will choke you out in a heartbeat too.
Yeah, Brass Monkey will leave you laying on the concrete, but they're still fighting, trying to get at each other. This is heating up. Ladies and gentlemen, we're leading up to the Summer Action Series, the 3rd annual here in 2006.
You think somewhere at the Summer Action Series you're going to see Ortega and Caprice Coleman again?
I sure hope so. We're going to have to put our word in.
Oh, it ain't over yet though.
And it looks like we've got Commissioner Cross out in the middle of this trying to regain order, do a little traffic directing.
Boy, these fans better watch out because Caprice Coleman and Jesse Ortega are not letting this issue die. They're having to be physically just pulled apart.
I tell you what, referees, every referee with its own duty tonight is out here. The commissioner's out here. We've got wrestlers out here. And finally, a little order restored.
Caprice Coleman headed for the exit way here at the Carolina Sports Arena. Finally, maybe.
That's the front door.
Jesse Ortega and Caprice still not wanting to let this one go. Ortega and Caprice have had just about enough of one another getting involved in one another's matches, and it's come to a boiling point right here today at the CSA, and Caprice ain't leaving.
I tell you what, Commissioner Cross is up in Ice's face, persuading him to go back to the dressing room, but nobody's backing down at this point.
He's trying to reason with them, but there's not much reasoning between these two right now.
And it looks like this is getting out of control here in the CSA. Fans, when something like this happens, please, we beg you, stay in your
seats. Oh, look out, here we go again!
Oh, it's on again!
Ortega, Caprice, once again, just trying to tear one another from limb to limb.
I've been a little bit distracted because I had to get my Mid-Atlantic title, which was stolen by Marcellus King. But tonight, we're going to get down to the matter that we've all been trying to get to. It's time to get some answers for me, for all of you. We demand answers. I'm a Dynasty 2 out here because this is just not the way I want things to go. We're going to get some answers. They're going to come out here. We're going to talk this out, or I'm going to go back there and pull them out here. Now, come on. Come on, boys. Hey, you've been sneak attacking me for how many shows? Come on out here. Now look. Whoa. You want answers? We're going to listen and not talk. Who was there for you when Brad Reigns and Brad Attitude left you?
It doesn't matter. You're
I was. Me. Who was there for you to help you win that title last year? Me. I was.
Doesn't matter.
When I went to San Antonio
and had a horrible time, who did I call? You. When I got thrown out of this company last year, who didn't come to my help? You! The heavyweight champion, my best friend, didn't help. Why? So I go on the internet and tell the truth because cameramen, managers, music guys, everybody fear me because I say what I say and it's the truth. Every night. The heavyweight champion, my friend, let me sit at home. Let me sit at home and watch you do all this great stuff. And never, ever call me. Not once. They could have gone to the back and take Cross. Trent's a good kid. He's crazy. Let him back in. I vouch for him. No, you didn't. Well, I found a way back in, and I found two guys that hate you just as much as I do.
Joey sucks! Joey sucks! Joey sucks! Joey sucks! Joey sucks!
Shut up! We're the dynasty. We're the elite. We're the best, and you're about to hear from the best right here. Joey Silvia.
1 second. 1 second. You're the dynasty? Why? Because you went and had these nice little shirts, airbrush somewhere. You come out here and you steal a name. The dynasty was Ric Converse, Brad Attitude, and Brad Wayne.
Are you done tooting your own horn? Are you done?
I'm Ric Converse.
I'm gonna talk, you guys shut up. I got a lot to say. Yes, I am. Very much. See, I sat back for about 5 years, Rick, and I watched you. You won title after title, succeeded everywhere you went. You politicked your way right to the top. Yeah. Then again, I accepted my role. My role was the cruiserweight. The guy that could be in the main event matches and never hold the belt. The thing is, Rick, finally I had enough, and thanks to this man, I know now that I am better than you, and it's time to prove it. Oh, hey, watch it. You see, me and Steve Greene, we sat back for years. It's simply Steve Greene and right. I can be here all night. Go ahead. You guys can't cheer forever. Yeah. All right. You see, Rick? Do you mind, buddy? Freaking took our vitamins and we ate our Wheaties every morning. That is the cereal of choice, buddy. And I know good and well what your cereal of choice is. Yeah, don't think I forgot. Good old Special K. Chrissy Vane, the woman that broke your heart. The woman that you tried to do everything for. You took her into wrestling, you tried to get her somewhere, and what did she do? She dumped you, she went to another guy, and she went on to bigger and better things without you. Rick, everyone that you have had has realized you are nothing but a piece of crap. They have all left you, and it's enough. It's enough. It is our turn, Rick. You are nothing. You are nothing. You have held everybody down, and it is my shot. It's Steve's shot.
man, straight shot. You can't hide behind cross forever. Hey, you got something to say, don't you? I know you have a lot to say.
Come on, Steve.
Shut up! I hate all of you! You call yourself Slick Diddy, saying you run the city. I know for a fact you sit at home alone watching Sex in the City. When I lay off injured, thanks to you, this was Carolina Wrestling Federation. But your daddy wannabe, Cross, has turned it into Converse Wrestling Federation.
Okay, so I see we want to get all personal here. I mean, you want to bring up some really personal stuff that really bothered me for a long time. That's cool.
It's all right.
You know, I look right here, I see 3 posers that wish they were as good as the real Dynasty. You were in the Dynasty? And did everybody blink and miss when Trent was in the Dynasty for like 2 weeks? Yeah.
People hated us. People hated us. You're nothing but a bunch of BS.
Look, I need to talk to you because think about it. How long have we been friends? Over 5 years. We were roommates together. We went to all the clubs together. I mean, whenever that one girl that you fell in love with after 2 days, that girl Robin dumped you, I was right there for you. Even though, I mean, he's really not on top of his game to fall in love with a girl after 2 days, but that's okay. I was there for you. But look, I know what the real deal is here. I know that your mind is not in the right state because of this guy and because of this guy. Okay? Well, snap out of it, man. Come on, Ninja. It's me.
What did you call me?
I called you Ninja.
I told you. I'm not American Student Ninja no more. I'm not your puppet. I'm simply Steve Greene.
I know that your mind is poisoned because of him and this idiot right here. But I'm going to tell you something, you better listen. You ever lay another hand on me, it's over for you. Now, if you want to put this behind us, I'm going to let that slide one time. Because, Ninja, it was always me.
I told you. I'm simply.
stop, man.
You can't trust him, Rick. There we go. There we go. You can't trust anybody. Come on. You're part of it. Go on, Jesse. Go it up. Go it up. You can have one. You can have one. You have part of something wrong. No, hold on a second. Put the chair down. Was that good? Look here. You three want a piece of me, then I'll take all three of you on alone. And if need be, I'll take on all 5 of you if y'all are really with them. Hey, they keep saying, hit it, do it now.
And when have you been able to trust anything they've said?
What are you talking about?
Don't tell me you're going to start trusting them now, because you sure ain't been able to do it yet. What do I got to do to prove to you? Huh? Tell me what it is.
That's it. You three, get up on the apron. Come on. You what? Come on now. Come on, son. Come on. Come on. Let's do it. Come on. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Come on.
Hey, Ninja. What's on? Mr. 5 months unemployment, sitting at home messing on the internet.
Shut up.
Hey,
Go get on my
I'll tell you what.
Let's go, Billy, go.
I'll tell you what, you three. Those 3 men in the ring asked you to step up in the ring.
We don't wrestle with each other. We already wrestled too. We already
That's right. You don't have to listen to them, but you have to listen to me. I'll tell you what, you've already had a match. They've already had a match. Rick, you got a big match, but on the 29th in Greensboro. That's right. You 3, Dynasty 2, and we all know what number 2 smells like. Against those 3 men right there. That's right. Rick, there's your chance. There's your chance, Rick. Have I ever screwed you over, Rick? No. Trust him, Rick. Trust him. Put a nail in her coffin on the 29th, Rick. Do it.
Like I told you, I know that you never steered me wrong. You never put me in a position where I would get turned on. But I'm sorry, with everything that's happened, I can't trust these 2, but if you book the match...
Trust me, Rick. Trust me. They will not turn on you. They will not turn on you. These guys are trash. Don't trust them, Rick. Trust me.
Well, then I guess on April 29th in Greensboro, if you say that I can trust these 2 for the night, I'm going to take your word for it. The fake dynasty against Ric Converse, Xsiris, and Jesse Ortega.
That's it. And if you don't have enough guts to get in the ring now, get out of my building. If you don't get out in 10 seconds, you're going to be thrown out.
John with tag team partner.
Hey, Ric Converse, you can trust me. I'll stomp a mud hole in you, boy.
Tag team gold on the line. And one half of the challengers, the Boogie Woogie man, Rob McBride, he's yet to reveal who his partner is going to be in this championship clash. Can Rob McBride win double gold here tonight at the Carolina Sports Arena? And that's his partner, that's the Mad Trucker, Garry Stevens from behind. Garry Stevens, Mitch Connor attacking the Boogie Woogie man, Rob McBride, before the bell even sounds, before his partner can even get to the ring.
And they're just slashing and kicking and stomping and punching him on the outside of the ring. A referee's not really able to do a whole heck of a lot. The match hasn't started.
Well, they're celebrating this one like it's going to be a handicap match.
And at this point, it certainly looks like it might be.
And the Mid-Atlantic television champion, he may be a champion, but he's not going to be able to survive against two champions on his own.
That's right. Look, Mr. Connor wants to do his little gyrations for the fans, showing off the belt. The Mad Trucker is over here beating away on the Boogie Woogie man. Now, we still got 2-on-1 going here. This is ridiculous.
Mitch Connor and Garry Stevens been tag team champions since they took those titles from the Southside players. Oh, and we have a tag team partner! It's Tank Lawson!
Yeah, business is picking up. I tell you what, Tank hits the ring, the champions hit the floor.
Yeah, but Tank Lawson, him and Rob McBride have never been on the same page 100%. It was just at the last Carolina Sports Arena show that we finally saw Tank Lawson say expletive deleted to Cornelius J. Lumpkin III.
Yeah, long awaited. We were all happy to see him make a stand, especially for the USA. Tank Lawson looks like he's ready to play. He's not going to take any prisoners. Boogeyman's back on his feet. The referee's telling these guys to get in the ring. Let's get this thing going.
Yeah, Garry Stevens and Mitch Connor aren't nearly as gung-ho now that it's a fair and square battle, 2-on-2, especially, oh, Tank Lawson gave Mitch Connor a free shot.
Mitch Connor backed away from an open back of Tank Lawson.
That is one thing about Tank Lawson. He is strong as an ox and almost as smart.
That's right. Tank Lawson's going to circle around the ring. Connor staying as far away from him as he can, but he better watch out. He's going to end up in the corner with Boogie.
Yeah, I don't mean that to be insulting to Tank in any way, but he has so much fun in wrestling. Sometimes his having fun almost gets away from him, like you saw there, trying to give Mitch Connor a free shot.
That's right. He's got his back turned on Connor and away right now with his eyes on the Mad Trucker. Now finally he turns his attention back to the legal man. Connor's still not trying to lock up.
Yeah, Mitch Connor is certainly in an enviable task trying to match power with the massive Tank Lawson, the man that really has been called the most powerful man in the Mid-Atlantic.
That's right, but there's a 30-minute time limit. He can't evade him for 30 minutes.
That's exactly right.
Look at this.
Tank Lawson,
he's having a fit of laughter on this pose down.
mockingly tapping out at the physique of a very handsome man, Mitch Connor.
Referee Charles Richardson needs to get these guys back into it.
Mitch Connor may be pinned off a pose down for the first time in professional wrestling history.
That would be something I wouldn't want in our record book.
Tank Lawson and Mitch Connor circling one another one more time.
Tank's going to go back, have a word with the Boogeyman, or actually have a laugh with him. I mean, at the expense of handsome Mitch Connor.
Now, let's not forget that these two, Mitch Connor and Garry Stevens, they are the tag team champions, and for good reason. They defeated the Southside players who had held the title for nearly 1 full year, from March to February, until finally Mitch Connor and Garry Stevens pulled possibly one of the biggest upsets of the year when they took away tag team titles from the players.
Wasn't it their first actual match as a tag team and they won the titles? I mean, that alone is incredible.
Of course, you know, they had the credentials. Garry Stevens, former Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion, just lost the title in that bloody, brutal steel cage match with Ric Converse in December. Mitch Connor lost the TV title to Rob McBride in January, and then, lo and behold, Beauty and the Beast, because of their similar situations, were united as one tag team unit and went out and won the tag team gold.
And it looks like Connor's going to try to do a leapfrog. Nobody's home. Tank Lawson answers the bell.
The lack of success of Mitch Connor against Tank Lawson is almost mind-numbing.
And that's right. Referee Charles Richardson asking the trucker to return to his corner. Tank Lawson going to work on a reverse chin lock, grind on that a little bit. I mean, you know, he's having fun.
Tank Lawson has one half of the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions exactly where he wants them.
I tell you what, Tank Lawson, powerful individual. We've said it over and over again. Mitch Connor needs more than anything to get over to his corner. Look, is this a wrestling move by Mitch Connor?
It's a hammerlock, but does Mitch Connor have the power to sustain the hammerlock? Oh, look at this!
There's Lumpy.
Look who's entered the fray as Cornelius J. Lumpkin, who has, I guess, been besmirched by Tank Lawson after getting plowed into the canvas a couple of shows back at the CSA. Cornelius J. Lumpkin III is taking a look at his old protege, shall we say.
I don't know about you, but I would pretty much hate to be besmirched, much less in the CSA.
Yeah, Tank Lawson was asked to spit on the United States flag because of the Iraqi investors that Cornelius J. Lumpkin...
United Arab Emirates.
They are funding Cornelius J. Lumpkin's quest to take over the Mid-Atlantic, apparently. And Cornelius J. Lumpkin decided, well, Tank Lawson will simply spit on the flag to prove to the investors that he's worthy.
Yeah, you've got to keep your eye on Lumpkin. You never know what he's going to do. I mean, I'm sure he's trying to form an army, but, you know, the original basis for his army, the general for his army, was supposed to have been Tank Lawson. Lawson rebelled.
He's certainly found himself in limbo as of late, because really, he's an army of one, and an army led by Cornelius J. Lumpkin with no bodyguards behind him is an army that's going to be defeated pretty quickly.
That's right. You know, Lawson in control of this match. Mitch Connor floundering around trying to find a way to continue. Go here. Referee Charles Richardson walks around because Connor's complaining about a hair pull or some kind of lunacy like that. But now here we go. He's going to get Tank over for, was that a 1 count?
I believe so. Of course, earlier tonight we saw Marcellus King, the man that calls himself King of the Mid-Atlantic, with a big win. Marcellus King, is he the most powerful man in the Mid-Atlantic? Is Tank Lawson the most powerful man in the Mid-Atlantic? Maybe one day we'll find out that one. But the other question is, when that day comes, will Tank Lawson and Rob McBride be wearing Tag Team Championship gold?
Wouldn't that be amazing? I mean, it could happen. It could happen tonight. This is incredible. Boogie Man wanting to get in, but he's having a ball watching Tank Lawson beat on Mitch Connor.
Hey, it's already been an incredible night here on April 8th at the Carolina Sports Arena in Burlington. One incredible tag team contest between the New Dynasty and Jesse Ortega and Brass Monkey, and then the insane Xsiris Caprice Ice Coleman match with the pull-apart Jesse Ortega brawl. April 8th has been an unforgettable night at the CSA.
Don't look at ball.
I'm not sure what the proper terminology for that is, and it's probably good that I do not, as Mitch Connor finally making the tag to Garry Stevens, who really, size-wise, is the one that needs to be in there against the likes of Rob McBride and Tank Lawson.
Yeah, Rob McBride don't travel alone. He's got his peoples with him. You see them seated all around the ring cheering him on at this point. Garry Stevens, I mean, you know, there's no slack there. That man's only got one gear, and that's forward.
And, of course, for those unfamiliar with the Rob McBride story, I think we've hit on it about 100 times now. But it's not just the case of one man stealing another man's identity. When the legendary, handsome Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man Jimmy Valiant, whichever name you prefer to call him by, retired some 1.5 years ago or so, he did legitimately hand over the name, the legend, the tradition that is the Boogie Woogie Man to a longtime friend, that friend being Rob the Bull McBride, who then became Rob the Boogie Man McBride, and in order to never ever let the Boogie Man down.
And I can tell you, what he says is the truth. Both of us were there. Both of us witnessed it. It was in Greensboro, North Carolina at a club show, and Rob McBride was the most emotional I'd ever seen him that night. Jimmy Valiant had a look on his face like he was content with the world. It was a night we'll never forget.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, you know, that a man that has not been seen in a long time, but Corey Edsel beat Rob McBride pretty much half to death. Rob McBride said he was leaving the sport of professional wrestling, could not deal with the trauma, the pain anymore, and then he received that phone call from Jimmy Valiant, and when he walked out in front of the 1,000 people in Seagrove for the first time ever as the Boogie Woogie Man, that place came unglued.
Yeah, totally unexpected by even himself, but he's out on the concrete right now. Looks like the tag team champions have control of the match just for the fact the legal man is on the floor.
Yeah, these are really 4 individuals that I'm almost shocked that this is a tag team championship match because you have such great tag teams in the Mid-Atlantic, like the Street Sweepers, like the Southside Players. You have the Guerreros, you have Alpha and Omega. The list just goes on and on. But tonight are the two teams vying for the championship gold.
Yeah, another unlikely team. If you look at the history Tank Lawson and McBride have had over the past few years, I mean, there's been no love lost between the two of them, and I'm just totally shocked to see them working as a unit so smoothly.
Rob McBride and Tank Lawson, they have spilt a lot of blood between those two, fighting one another. No DQ matches, street fights, just about any kind of brawl you can imagine. Rob McBride and Tank Lawson have taken it to one another, but sometimes out of those battles comes respect and just a love of professional wrestling, and that's what you have with Rob McBride and Tank Lawson. They have a lot of fun when they're out there, but they get the job done in the end.
That's right. Rob McBride needs to get the job done, get over into his corner and make a tag, because it's 2-on-1 right now. Big fist right to the middle of the head of the boogeyman. Mitch Connor having a little fun dishing out a little offense finally in this match.
Although Mitch Connor's chops don't have quite as much effect as Garry Stevens or Rob McBride, but man, what a shot right between the eyes.
Yeah, that was a blindside shot. Boogie didn't see him coming. Connor trying to power him over. He's going to rethink this move.
Mitch Connor could be going for the move he calls the suplex move, technical as it is. An inverted atomic drop by the Boogie Woogie Man.
And that looks like it won't be stuffing any dollars down Mitch Connor's tights now.
I wasn't planning on it anyway, Randolph.
And I tell you what, Mitch Connor is doing the smart thing, rolling out of the ring at this point. Boogeyman and Tank Lawson standing tall right now. Referee Charles Richardson imploring that the champions return to the fray.
Hey, Mitch Connor asking Garry Stevens to employ the Heimlich maneuver as he's trying to get the taste of Boogie Woogie Man out of his mouth.
And I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole, but look, Lumpkin's over here with the champions.
Yeah, CJL the third, I guess, lending some advice as if they needed.
You mean to tell me there's two more of those somewhere?
That is a very scary thought, Randolph.
Certainly is.
Rob McBride, headlock takeover on Mitch Connor. The challengers trying to slow the pace back down, as for the most part, they've really had this match where they want it.
Yeah, they've had it where they wanted it when Mitch Connor wasn't running away from Tank Lawson or Boogeyman, but looks like Connor's finally decided to fight back a little bit, but Boogie's still on top here.
Rob McBride wrenching away on the side headlock there, as the fans at the Carolina Sports Arena look on. Rob McBride, like we said earlier, having a little bit of fun in there. But that's the thing with Rob McBride. He can have fun and still win championship gold. He already did it once to Mitch Connor. Can, for the second time in 4 months, Rob McBride defeat Mitch Connor to win championship gold? That's the question here today.
Yeah, Mitch Connor will be going down to New Orleans and finding a witch doctor to figure out if there's a curse on him if that was to happen. I mean, I could hear him talking guarantee Wisconsin cheese right after that one.
Rob McBride making the tag to Tank Lawson, the last guy Mitch Connor wants to see in the ring right now.
Tank Lawson rains down the elbow. Connor, hands and knees, and a boot right to the back of the head.
Yeah, Tank Lawson, I don't know if he really knows what a rule book is, because he'll punch, eye gouge, kick, do about whatever it takes to win, but the fans still love him.
Well, yeah, and also,
oh, what a clothesline!
Take a look at Tank's footwear. These are not wrestling boots.
Yeah, Tank Lawson is by no means the prototype pro wrestler. He kind of dances to the beat of his own drummer, and right now, Charles Richardson was drumming the 3 count, and Mitch Connor was able to get out.
Yeah, Tank Lawson's drummer always likes that syncopated jazz stuff. Doesn't go along with the normal mainstream. But you got to admit, he's having some pretty good results recently.
Mitch Connor trying to block the suplex, almost gave himself a wedgie in the process. Tank Lawson eventually able to get him over there, and you can see the pain etched across the face and the buttocks of Mitch Connor.
Oh, this is not a pretty sight.
Much like Cal Ripken's 2,131st consecutive game, you just have to let the actions speak for themselves sometimes. Garry Stevens back in with the tag as the fans of the Carolina Sports Arena are having a bit of fun.
And it looks like Garry Stevens is winding up here, and I believe we may get to see a chop or two coming here. Just, oh, big boot by Stevens. Clubbing forearm across the back, and here we go, just ripping at the face of Tank Lawson.
Garry Stevens, the wily veteran that he is. Let's not forget, Garry Stevens has been a professional in this sport for 20-some years. He was trained by the legendary Fabulous Moolah, and please do not take that as a joke. We're serious, and Garry Stevens will tell you straight up, as bad as he is, Moolah used to beat the tar out of him.
Yeah, and you just think about it, the greatest wrestling champion in professional wrestling history. You can look it up in anybody's rule book, anybody's record book. The Fabulous Moolah has held a world title longer consecutive time than anybody else in history.
Of course, Garry Stevens pretty much runs with that same train of thought that Moolah had. It's just non-stop and beat the living tar out of your opponent, driving the knee into Tank Lawson. And Garry Stevens may not be able to match power with Tank Lawson, but he certainly can match size and ruthlessness.
Yeah, and you see Garry Stevens, he doesn't take the shortcuts. He does things to his opponents to hurt them. I mean, every move he makes is a calling card for his opponent. I mean, that one move he did to the arm, that's going to be a whelp on the elbow you'll remember for a week after this match.
And now blatantly going back to the choke on Tank Lawson as Mitch Connor turns his attention to the ringsiders.
Yeah, and Garry Stevens having a word for the referee, having a word for everybody, still drives another fist up under the arm of Tank Lawson, trying to take all the feeling. We're going to set him back up. And it looks like Lawson trying to struggle back to his feet. He shot to the midsection. Trucker's still clubbing away.
Garry Stevens and Tank Lawson in a slugfest right now. Tank Lawson catches a boot to the midsection, and Garry Stevens hammering away once again.
Yeah, and a rake up the back. Tank Lawson back down. And Stevens, oh, he's happy with himself at this point. He's going to do a little bit of stomping on the prone Tank Lawson.
Of course, Tank Lawson, we say sometimes, isn't in his right mind. Garry Stevens is right there with him because Garry Stevens, best for, oh, what a big clothesline by Tank Lawson. First time in this contest, the 300-plus pound Matt Trucker has left his feet.
That's right, the Trucker's down on the canvas struggling, but look what he does. Smart veteran move. He grabs hold of the ankle of Tank Lawson, holds out a leg for a tag.
Of course, I was trying to refer to Garry Stevens' favorite man actually is not Mitch Connor. Mitch Connor would be number 2 behind Little Billy. Little Billy is Garry Stevens' inanimate billy club. Yeah, he's made of wood. He ain't a person, but in Garry Stevens' mind, he's his best friend.
Grant, have you not seen that Little Billy's wearing the San Diego Chargers helmet? Have you not seen that? Let me tell you, and I'll break the news here because I didn't see it on ESPN. I heard it from the Trucker himself. Little Billy was drafted by the San Diego Chargers in the 8th round of the draft.
He was the guy after Mr. Irrelevant.
I didn't say anything about an elephant.
Mitch Connor and Garry Stevens getting rocked in the corner as Tank Lawson is his own one-man army.
Tank Lawson trying to get back over to his corner. Boogie Man waiting for the tag, and it looks like it was made. Referee Charles Richardson allows it.
Possibly the most unorthodox tag team championship encounter in years as Ron McBride back in, chopping away on the massive Matt Trucker, shoots him off an airborne Matt Trucker.
That's right, and he goes over and has a little for the cheesehead who drops to the floor. Boogie goes for a cover, gets a 1-2 count before Trucker's able to get out of it.
Whether you call him Beauty and the Beast, whether you call him Cheese and Crackers, regardless, the tag team gold is in jeopardy right now.
I've always heard them called cheese cracker heads.
Mitch Connor making the save for Garry Stevens one more time.
Boogie trying to struggle back with his feet, but he's not going over to his corner. He's going to hook back up. Thumb to the eye by Trucker. Smart veteran move. Both veterans in the ring at this time. These super heavyweights, as we like to say. It looks like the Trucker's going for a big bear hug out here in the center of the ring.
Of course, Garry Stevens been in this sport for 20, 25 years. Rob McBride was 15 years or so for Rob McBride as well. 2 great veterans, 2 great leaders, and both trying to lead their teams to victory here tonight at the Carolina Sports Arena.
Yeah, Boogie Man's using that advantage. He's got his peoples behind him right now, trying to get him to cheer him on, fighting his way back over to his corner, but
Mitch Connor cannot keep himself out of the ring. Rob McBride made the tag, but I'm willing to bet Charles Richardson didn't see a bit of it.
Well, Charles had something in his eye or something. I mean, he obviously had his back turned on the situation, but you called that one.
Yeah, Mitch Connor was in his eye.
Yeah, Mitch Connor once again flips Boogie Man over. Gonna lift him back up and pull the arm up behind him. What is this?
I think Rob McBride is a little too big to lock in whatever in the world Mitch Connor is trying to lock in.
I mean, it's almost like a hammerlock. It's almost like a,
half Nelson of some form.
Must be one of them Wisconsin things.
Rob McBride. But he has Rob McBride trapped to be sure these fans at the Carolina Sports Arena trying to encourage Boogie out of it.
I got to think Boogie's got to be thinking, you know, what is this? I've definitely never been grasped in this form before by someone in a wrestling ring.
Power trying to power his way out of it, trying to get his peoples behind him. Back to one knee, back to both feet, and Mitch Connor has as little leverage as he has before. He has even less now. Rob McBride trying to roll him up. Garry Stevens clotheslining Rob McBride across the top rope.
And what we just saw from the tag team champions was teamwork.
It exactly was. Mitch Connor set him up for it. Garry Stevens delivered it, and Rob McBride almost got pinned by it.
Oh my goodness, McBride able to kick out just a little way past the 2 count. Referee's hand was coming down. Connor's complaining loudly, but Boogeyman is still down in the ring. This match continues.
Now Mitch Connor once again looking to take a Rob McBride to the outside, who crashes very unforgiving to the concrete floor below.
Yeah, and Tank Lawson's not helping his partner right now. He needs to get on over in his corner so the referee can keep an eye on the action, because the Mad Trucker's got a hold of Boogeyman outside the ring, and then chops are flying.
Big chop by the Mad Trucker, Garry Stevens. Rob McBride laying precariously on the outside. Of course, Cornelius J. Lumpkin III not taking his eyes off a second of this one.
Yeah, I mean, that still just seems odd to me to see Lumpy on the outside of the ring with the Trucker and handsome Mitch here. But there we go. He is now officially involved, albeit behind the referee's back.
You know, I don't know if Cornelius J. Lumpkin is going to try and recruit Garry Stevens or Mitch Connor from being out there. I think it has more to do with Tank Lawson. But I wonder if that same proposition was thrown at Garry Stevens and Mitch Connor, would they spit on the American flag for the right amount of money?
That I have no clue about. I mean, Trucker's borderline crazy. I mean, that's documented. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't. But Connor, that's a whole nother story.
Well,
I mean, he is a very self-centered, money-hungry individual.
Well, if Mitch Connor can't succeed on his quest to get Wisconsin to succeed from the rest of the United States, I'm sure he would spit on the American flag then, as long as he just had the 49 stars.
Well, yeah, but then again, I've also heard Mitch Connor say he was engaged to Beyonce, so I know better to believe everything that comes out of Connor's mouth.
Well, he also claims to be the male Beyonce.
Well, I'm not even going to go there.
Sleeper on Rob McBride, a maneuver the Boogie Woogie Man, both Valiant and McBride, know very, very well.
That's right, McBride looks like he's down to one knee here. Connor clamped it on. Must be pretty solid to get Boogie Man to go down from it. The crowd's not liking this very much.
And of course, Rob McBride has seen it all. But right now, he's seeing the back of his eyelids as life is slipping from the body of the Boogie Woogie Man. That's 2 right there.
That's right. If he drops that hand a 3rd time, this match is over. Hands up, it goes after. Well, the other hand's up.
Oh, and it's a judgment call from referee Charles Richardson. He could have rung the bell there. He decided not to, and this one's going to continue.
That's right. The Boogie Man slings Connor off, and he's got him in the sleeper.
He's got him in the sleeper. How many matches has Jimmy Valiant won with it? How many matches has the Boogie Woogie Man Rob McBride won with it?
That's right, and Connor's trying to fight his way to the ropes. The ropes are too far away. He's got to be seeing the tunnel vision, the blackness around the corner of the eyes, those little stars tingling in. He's slumping down to the canvas.
It's so hard to win a match with the sleeper in a tag team match, but right now Mitch Connor is fading. He's fading fast. He may need some help from the Mad Trucker.
That's right, and the Mad Trucker situated directly behind McBride.
Oh, his arm dropped too. Mitch Connor's arm dropped too.
Oh my goodness, referee Charles Richardson too busy getting the Trucker out of the ring. Tank Lawson's going to come over and try to help speed up the situation. This isn't helping his team.
Both teams have just lost courtesy of the sleeper, but both times Charles Richardson let the match continue. Tank Lawson lining Rob McBride up and slings him right into the Mad Trucker. And are you kidding me? Tank Lawson goes somewhat aerial with the 3-inch vertical.
Yeah, off the back of McBride. Now McBride backing. Oh, what a chop to the chest of Connor. Got him backed into the corner. Looks like he's going to do a double dance.
Reversal as the behemoths in the match collide. Both men down. You know Rob McBride cannot have much left at all.
And I tell you what, the Trucker's down on his back as well. Referee's trying to get Tank Lawson out of the ring. I mean, who's the legal man? What's going on?
I don't know. Charles is with Tank, and Garry Stevens has his best friend, Little Billy, bow tie, Chargers helmet, and he hit Mitch Connor. Garry Stevens inadvertently hit his tag team championship partner.
Oh my goodness, you think it was over the fact that Connor's a Packers fan?
Big chop by Rob McBride. You saw the sweat fly off of him.
Lumpkin's on the apron. Lumpkin's got a belt.
Lumpkin's on the apron, but Rob McBride has
And you saw the athleticism of little Billy as he leapt out of the ring there, that 8th round draft pick of the San Diego Chargers, once again involved in a match behind the back of the referee.
Boy, it was a physical war between 4 great, tremendous fighters, but in the end, Garry Stevens and Mitch Connor retain the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team titles here tonight on April the 8th at the Carolina Sports Arena.
That's right. We'd like to thank everybody once again. This is CWF Mid-Atlantic. We believe, and I tell you what, we're bringing the world back to the Mid-Atlantic area.